So, guys, in this video, we are going to talk about the TCS Innovation Lab interview questions. So, TCS actually go to the inside the campuses of Tier One institute, and they actually hire for two profiles. So, one is R&I, and the other is R&D. So, there is significant difference between the R&I research innovation and research and development. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about what are the questions that you can expect in TCS Innovation Lab interview questions, and generally, what is the framework that interviewers follow if they are interviewing a candidate for TCS Innovation Lab profile. So, let's start with this video. And in particular, I want to say that you are being if you are being interviewed for the R&I profile, then you can expect these type of questions. For R&D profile, there can be some different aspect of questions because this is more research oriented than the R&I thing. So let's talk about what are the questions that you can expect if you are generally being hired for R&I roles, research innovation role. So let's get the video started. So if we talk about mostly in your resume, there must have been some project and internship. So interviewer will ask you questions about what are your projects, and what are your internship. So you can always expect some questions from project and internship. And the main thing is that your projects tell about what are the skill set that you have. That's why most of the questions will be based on your project and internship. So if you are preparing for R&I roles, so R&I roles you are preparing for, then try to prepare your resume very well, and specifically in the resume, try to prepare those projects and those internship very well because you will always be getting some questions from the project and internship. With the questions that you can always expect is the programming language that you know about. So you know why the companies, especially a company like TCS and other company, ask about the programming languages. So basically, you know that this is actually a tech profile, and they wants to judge your coding skill, coding and data structure skill. That's why they talk about your programming language and programming profile. The main thing is that you don't have to be expert in a lot of programming languages. So you know, like some people are some students are specialized in C, some are know C plus plus, some Python, and some persons specifically know Java and some other languages people generally know. So you can pick any language and you can proceed with any language. And when you will see when you will say what are the programming language that you are comfortable with, now you can expect some questions specifically from coding and DSS section. So if you are preparing for RNI role, so try to prepare data structure very well because you will be expecting questions from data structure, specifically data structure like array, linked list, tree, and these type of data structure you can always expect questions from. So these type of questions will always there, and also try to read about the sorting algorithms, the popular sorting algorithms. At least try to do that, and searching algorithms, specifically the binary search. So these type of things you have to know in the data science, data structure field. So actually, I was being from the data science background, but yes, in my resume I had written that I had a course on data structure, and that's why they became interested in asking more questions for data structure. So these type of questions you can specifically expect if you are appearing for R&I roles. And specifically, you know, like it may happen that you are from the ML background, you are from data science background, or you are from web development background. But these type of questions like data structure is the most common field that anyone can expect. So don't try to think that you are from ML background, you will not be expecting any questions from the data science, data structure. So data structure is the most common thing that the people ask. So just don't think that they will be only asking about the ML algorithms. It may happen that you know, like in company inside the TCS. So for the R&I roles interviewer, it happens that interviewer may not know about the ML algorithms or the projects that you are compared that you have done. So it may happen that they are stronger as data structure, and especially in the take role, data structure is the most common topic. So try to read data structure well if you are appearing for R&I roles. Now, if I talk about my project, so you know, like when I mentioned about the project, they specifically asked that which libraries of Python you have used. So the basic thing was from for myself, the project that I did was in Python. So project was in Python, so that's why they asked which library I was using. I have used for the project. So basically, I had ML and data science project. So in data science specifically, I had a regression project, regression and time series analysis project, And apart from that, I had some projects from the deep learning domain and some project from the statistical analysis domain. So these type of projects I had. So basically they wanted to know that what are the diverse libraries of Python that I am comfortable with, and these type of questions is basically asked to know that whether you have only the what you can say this whether you have only the theoretical knowledge or do you have also the practical knowledge. That's why the companies ask these type of questions to know in which whether you have used practical aspect of that particular thing or not. So like in machine learning, especially machine learning and data science, people read a lot about the theoretical concept, but it's more important to know about the practical concept of practical aspect of these things. That's why these questions can be specifically asked to you in these type of things. So like for the digression, I had used sklearn. For the time series, I used stats model. For deep learning, keras and tensorflow. And for statistical analysis, I used R, Python, both. So these type of language, these type of questions you can expect. And just when you are preparing for your project, just be comfortable with the programming languages and the libraries that you've used for your project. That's more important, because these type of things you can expect from the interviewer. Okay, so when I told about the Python, they obviously ask about the question about the pandas and other things like uh, N- NumPy and other things like like Matplotlib, because these things in the data science are specifically used for data visualization and analysis. And they also ask some specific question about the pandas and uh, related to panda. So these type of questions you can always like, what is data frame? And these are the basic questions. Yeah, if you are using pandas for data science, you may be knowing a lot of things about like series. There is a data structure called series inside the data frame, inside of pandas, and there is something called data frame. So these type of the people are asking you what are the data frame, what are the series, what's and some basic questions with data frame, like how to slice data frame and how to read some details. So these type of questions you can always expect if you are using in libraries. It's not for the Python. If let's say if you are using any other libraries of any other language, so you can always expect some basic questions around that libraries. So that's the important thing that you should focus on. Okay, the next type of questions that you can always expect about the challenges that you faced during the project. So like it may happen that the interviewer that is asking questions to you may not be from the same background, same technical domain knowledge that you have. So yes, they will ask questions about what do you know, how did this project, and they are mainly knowing about the challenges of the that you faced while doing the project. So these challenges that you are going to tell to the interviewer that you faced to doing this project is very important, because it tells you how you actually reacted during that time. So mainly if when you face some challenges, how did you tackle that challenges, what areas that you focused. So these type of questions, it's not only common to TCS. So these type of questions are common to every company. So whenever you are explaining a project, you can always expect questions about the challenges, some challenges that you have faced while doing that project. And it's an important key when you are preparing your projects and internships. Just try to write some points, some challenges that you encountered at that time, and how did you solve that challenges. Because these type of things are actually very much important when you are going for the industrial companies. Because in the companies, a lot of times you'll be facing a lot of challenges, a lot of problems, and you have to be very smart, you have to be very innovative to solve that challenges. And that's what the interviewer wants to judge, or wants to see within you. You are a problem solver, not only that you are copying someone project. That's why it's important to just write about any small or big challenge will work for this. Okay, so coming to the programming section, they did not ask a lot of advanced questions. So like what are the different types of loops in programming, these type of questions they were asking. And apart from that, they were also asked uh, and questions like will you detect an infinite loop in while loop. So these type of questions are more like you have to apply some mind to detect some some detect infinite loop in while loop. Because mostly people what they think that they will asking a lot of advanced questions, but yes, some basic questions will be always there, and try to be very innovative in these type of questions. Also, don't try to just say that this is a very easy questions or something like that, because next questions will be framed based on the answer that you are going to give. So it always happens in a interview, because like you were asked about question A, you gave an answer, and based on that answer there can be multiple of questions that can arise, and any one questions can be asked you, then you give an answer, then other questions will arise. So like interview is a series of questions that people that start from a single concept, and whenever you answer about some concept, a new concept, a new questions will be arise from there. So that's why it's important because interviewer will always start with us small questions, very basic questions, and they in the next questions they will add some difficulty level, and that's how an interview actually proceeds in a like anything in the data science or software development, these type of things. Since I was from the computer science background, so they also started asking questions about some basic programming concept. So they asked like, what is the garbage collection? These type of questions they asked about. And since I told you the data structure important, it is very important. That's why they also asked questions about the circle linked list. And like people generally start in the interview generally start a questions from the simple type like what is circle linked list, and as I told you, he will give an answer, and the next questions will be a problem based on the circle linked list. So that's how an interview proceeds. Asking a very simple questions and then adding a layer of difficulty to the next questions. So that's how the interview proceeds, and like how do we delete an element from the linked list. So these type of questions can be there, and obviously the basic thing like these type of things can be asked if you are in a data structure interview. Okay, so as I recently told you, I was not from the core data science computer science background. So mainly I was in the MSc applied statistics, and I had a mainly course project on data science, machine learning, and deep learning. That's why they were not going too much into detail about the data structure and thing. So they're asking only basic questions, but yes, they did ask some good question in the data science domain, like explain the decision working of decision tree. So like I had used decision tree in one of my projects. So if you have used any algorithms in a project, so they can always ask about the working of the algorithm. So working of algorithm will be always be there. So if you are doing any algorithm, just don't forget to read about the working of algorithm, whether it is a decision tree, whether it is a deep learning model, whether it is a machine learning model, anything that you are data science concept, anything, any concept you are using in your project, just try to read the working of the algorithm, the working of the concept, like how the things are working behind the scene. So you can generally expect this type of questions in the interview. It's important ki they are asking about the implementation thing, but you should know about, and they actually ask questions about the working of the algorithms. Okay, and when like decision tree, generally decision tree, from decision tree there arises the questions of bagging and boosting. So as I told ki from decision tree they move to bagging and boosting, and they also ask some details questions about bagging and boosting. And this is how how this is the type of question that you can expect in data science interview. Okay, and then also the random forest. Obviously, if anyone is interested in decision tree, they will always go for the random forest. And some questions like what is better, decision tree or the random forest. So obviously random forest is better because like if you are from data science background, you know that decision tree has a high variance problem, like single tree is not used for a better prediction of the algorithm. That's why people go for the random forest, and the concept of random forest is slightly related to decision tree. And so this is not the point of discussion here. So you can expect like any topic that you are studying, the adjacent topic means the topic that arises from this. So generally random forest is a concept coming from decision tree, so you can expect some comparison questions, some related type of questions from that particular concept. So these type of like thinking you have to apply during preparations, like if you are using 2 3 different algorithms, so how comparison questions can be made out of those algorithms. So that's actually very much important. And obviously coming to the HR questions, if you are appearing for TCS, they will be always asking about the why do you want to join the TCS. So try to prepare this answer very well if you are really interested in joining TCS. And this type of questions actually show your what you can say, the sake of your interest in joining any company. So it's not about TCS. This is a very general HR question. So if you are appearing for any other company like Accenture or Amazon or Google, so these type of questions you can always expect it. Why do you want to join the company? So like if you want to know the specific answer to how to answer this type of questions, so let me know in the comment, and I'll make a separate video for all those things, like how to answer these type of questions in the interview. And this is a very important question because in the HR questions in the HR round will be important, because they will be judging your communication skills, your interest, uh, your other things related to apart from the technical knowledge in this round. Okay, so this thing is important. Okay, so I was from a statistics background, and since TCS is IT company, so they just what they wanted to know, like if you're from a statistics background, then why do you want to join the IT company, and why not some statistics and core statistics sector, like like banking company, though they mainly used a statistical analyst for those type of things. So these type of questions you can expect. So no, it may happen that you have done your bachelor's in some other subject and you are doing your master's in some other subject. So these type of questions you can always expect, because why you are from this background, and why did your masters in the particular the different subject. If you are doing some masters from some like the non-core tech, so statistics is not such off non-core, because yes, statistics is mainly used in data science, so it's what the people use there. So you can may expect some questions based on that. Okay, let's say you are from the mechanical background, so they may ask you are from mechanical engineering, and then why do you want to join the IT sector. So you have to be prepared for these type of questions, and these are actually very what you can say important questions, because if you are not able to answer those questions, and if you're just saying that you want to work for money, or because there is no job in mechanical engineering, so this type of question, this type of answer does not work here. So obviously I have prepared an ebook for preparations of the interview, and I've included the questions like how to answer these type of questions in that particular ebook. So if you want, you can just go to the link in the description box, and you can just buy the ebook and read about what are the all things that you need to prepare for the interview, how to explain, how to prepare these type of questions. Okay, so these type of questions you can always expect inside the TCS. And that's all for this video, because that's all for this video, and this video discussed what are the questions you can expect in the TCS R&I Research and Innovation Lab interview. Especially, don't just go to the particular question, just see how what is the format of the questions. Like the questions are mainly being asked on the projects and internship, and like it may happen that you have used some particular library, particular language. So based on that particular language and particular libraries, there can be questions framed based on the project. So like you have used particular language and particular libraries, so many any programming language that you've used, the questions can be framed based on that. The next thing is the DSA, the data structure and algorithm is always there. So if you're appearing for any tech interview, tech means like ML interview or data science interview, or what you can say, the software development interview. So these type of questions from the data structure and algorithm will always be there. So try to prepare DSA well. And the next thing is the DBMS. So I have not mentioned the questions from the DBMS, but yes, I will ask some questions about the database management system also. And apart from that, some HR questions. So HR questions mainly, like why do you want to join TCS, and means what is your long term plan. So there are some specific HR questions that you need to prepare, and just if you do these things very well, then I'm sure that you will be get selected in the TCS Research Innovation Lab interview, and that's what the interview is all about. So just try to prepare your project internship, your the programming language that you have used, about data structure algorithm, the DBMS, some HR questions you can expect, and whatever algorithms that you've used in your project and internship, just try to prepare those things well also. And apart from that, just be confident in the interview and just show your interest that you are really interested in joining the company. And apart from that, just present everything very well, and that's all what you need to clear the TCS Research Innovation Lab interview. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions related to TCS or TCS R&I, TCS R&D, just let me know in the comment, and I will try my best to answer those questions. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Bye bye.